Attention to the classroom environment is one of the central aspects of a Reggio Emilia approach to teaching. The Reggio Emilia philosophy sees the children's environment, including the classroom environment, as a third teacher, along with the children's parents and school teachers. Among other things, this means the classroom should be set up in ways that invite engagement in learning. For example, by offering a wide variety of objects to explore and work with and learn from, and a wide variety of materials and media to create, document, and express that learning. It's also an environment that reflects that learning back to the children for their continued consideration, for example, by displaying the children's creations and the documentation of their activities. Reggio Emilia instructors particularly value natural light and natural things in the classroom, the use of natural materials for work and play, activities and creations that are inspired by the children's world, classroom furnishings that provide a comfortable home-like environment, and spaces dedicated to helping the children explore their 100 languages. While these preferences are, of course, in keeping with the Reggio Emilia philosophy, it's important to remember that the philosophy also recognizes that each classroom's environment will reflect the expectations of local families and communities, and will develop through the teacher's understanding of the children in their classroom, providing support for learning and development that reflects their current needs and interests. If you don't have the resources to offer a classroom filled with natural light and toys and furniture made from natural materials, or the space to set up permanent arts exploration centers, or if your community doesn't feel comfortable with homey classrooms, that doesn't mean that you cannot still adopt a Reggio Emilia-inspired approach, including creating an environment that acts as a teacher. You can still create a classroom environment based on your resources and your understandings and the needs of your students. There are countless possibilities for creating an environment that teaches in ways that are aligned with the Reggio Emilia philosophy. Consider, for example, the many ways that children can be supported in exploring their 100 languages. For example, classroom areas dedicated to the visual, musical, literary, or stage arts. Also, spaces can be arranged to promote class, small group, and personal projects, or to offer new provocations regularly. Each of these possibilities can be developed in ways that reflect the needs and expectations of local families and communities, as well as making use of local resources. To begin thinking about how to use an environment that teaches ethic to enhance your own classroom, consider your answers to the following questions. What does an environment that teaches look like? How does it invite creative play, exploration, and invention? How does it offer opportunities for children to solve their own problems and answer their own questions? How does it encourage them to share their thoughts, capabilities, knowledge, imaginings, and theories with each other? How does it reflect the natural, social, and built environments that children encounter outside the classroom? How does it encourage them to practice using their own senses and their own movements to learn and develop? Does it promote scientific experimentation, the arts, reading and looking at books, exploring the tools and concepts of math or social studies, engaging with technology, investigating the natural world? There's no need to immediately decide on your answers to these questions or to give your classroom an instant makeover. A step-by-step approach is not only much easier and more practical, it can also have a better long-term effect as you take time to think through your ideas, to study other environments that you think are or are not good teachers, and to test your ideas about what an environment that teaches your students looks like. Another central aspect of the Reggio Emilia philosophy is the teacher acting as researcher in her own classroom, coming up with theories about what might promote learning and engagement, testing those theories, and observing the results. Sometimes unexpected results may change your mind about what to do next. Don't forget that environment is not only visual. How a place sounds and smells, how inviting it is to sit or stand or walk around in, or to touch, are also crucial to helping children feel comfortable and enthusiastic and ready to learn. Another useful point to remember is that the classroom is not the only space where your students can learn. If the classroom doesn't provide natural light or space for whole body movement, outdoor learning time may become an important part of your schedule. And one alternative to bringing objects from the world into the classroom is to take the children out into the world to explore the objects in their natural environment. The idea that children learn directly from their environment is in line with decades of research on child development. A constructivist view of the world, in particular, recognizes that the environment that a society constructs for itself is filled with tools and other cues that help individuals understand how that society thinks, learns, remembers, creates, builds, communicates, and solves problems. Creating a classroom environment that teaches will help your students connect with the learning possibilities outside the classroom doors.